Death is humanity's oldest enemy. Every pharaoh, every emperor, every billionaire who has ever lived has eventually lost the same battle. But right now, in laboratories around the world, scientists are closer than ever to doing something our ancestors could only dream about: defeating death itself. And the timeline? Some researchers say we could achieve functional human immortality by 2050. That is not a typo. 24 years from now. Let us talk about why this might actually happen, and what it would mean for you personally. The first thing you need to understand is that aging is not some mystical inevitability. It is a biological process, and biological processes can be modified. At the cellular level, aging comes down to a handful of mechanisms that scientists have now identified with remarkable precision. One of the most important is telomere shortening. Every time your cells divide, the protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes, called telomeres, get a tiny bit shorter. When they get too short, the cell can no longer divide safely, and it enters a state called senescence. It basically retires. It stops working but does not die, and it starts pumping out inflammatory chemicals that damage neighboring cells. Accumulate enough of these senescent zombie cells, and you get the symptoms of aging: wrinkled skin, weakened immune system, cognitive decline, organ failure. In 2020, researchers at the Mayo Clinic showed that selectively destroying senescent cells in aging mice extended their lifespan by nearly 30% and reversed many symptoms of aging. The mice became more active, their fur regrew, their organ function improved. They did not just live longer, they were biologically younger. Human clinical trials for senolytic drugs, which are designed to do exactly this, clearing out zombie cells, are already underway. The first results are expected within the next few years. Then there is the telomere angle. An enzyme called telomerase can rebuild telomeres, essentially resetting the cell's division clock. Most of your cells have the gene for telomerase, but it is switched off. Cancer cells, ironically, are one of the few cell types that activate telomerase, which is part of why they can divide indefinitely. The challenge is activating telomerase in normal cells without triggering cancer. In 2012, researchers at the Spanish National Cancer Research Center used gene therapy to activate telomerase in mice without increasing cancer rates. The mice lived 24% longer. In 2023, a biotech company called Rejuvenate Bio used a similar approach and reported extending the lifespan of elderly mice by a factor of 2. They literally doubled the remaining lifespan of old mice using a combination of gene therapies. But cellular repair is only part of the picture. Another frontier is organ replacement. Right now, if your heart fails, you need a donor heart. There are never enough donors, and your body may reject the transplant. But what if you could grow a new heart from your own cells? This is not science fiction. In 2024, scientists successfully transplanted a genetically modified pig kidney into a human patient, and it functioned for over 2 months. Companies like United Therapeutics are building factories to mass-produce transplantable pig organs modified with human genes. Within a decade, the organ shortage could be eliminated entirely. And beyond that, bioprinting, using modified 3D printers to build organs layer by layer from living cells, has already produced functional bladders, skin grafts, and cartilage. Hearts and kidneys are next. If every failing organ in your body could be replaced with a new one grown from your own DNA, one of the major causes of death simply disappears. Now let us talk about the brain, because this is where it gets both exciting and philosophically terrifying. Your organs can be replaced, but your brain is you. It stores your memories, your personality, your consciousness, and it deteriorates with age. Companies like Neuralink are developing brain-computer interfaces that can read and stimulate neural activity. The first human implant was performed in 2024. If these interfaces could eventually back up neural patterns, or stimulate the growth of new neural connections to replace degrading ones, cognitive decline might become optional. Some researchers, including Ray Kurzweil, predict that by the 2040s, we will be able to upload human consciousness into digital form. Whether that digital copy is really you or just a copy that thinks it is you is a philosophical question that humanity is nowhere near ready to answer. But the technology is converging fast. Artificial intelligence is accelerating all of this. AI systems like AlphaFold have already solved protein folding, a problem that stumped biologists for 50 years. AI is designing new drugs in weeks instead of decades. AI is analyzing aging biomarkers and identifying intervention targets faster than any human research team could. The combination of AI, gene therapy, senolytics, organ replacement, and neural interfaces is creating a convergence that aging researchers call longevity escape velocity. This is the point at which science extends your life expectancy faster than you age. If you can gain more than 1 year of additional life expectancy for every year that passes, you effectively outrun death indefinitely. Some researchers believe we will reach longevity escape velocity for the first generation of beneficiaries within the next 20 to 30 years. But here is the question nobody wants to ask. Should we? If humans stop dying, the population explodes, resources become scarce, social mobility freezes because the people at the top never leave. Imagine a world where billionaires and dictators live forever. Imagine never being able to retire because you will live for 500 years and your savings will not last. Imagine the psychological toll of watching centuries pass, relationships form and dissolve, civilizations rise and fall, while you persist. Immortality might be humanity's greatest achievement. It might also be our greatest curse. Either way, it is coming, and it is coming fast. If you want to stay ahead of the science that is about to change everything, subscribe.